Ms. Candela?
I'm here.
Mr. Cliff?
Here.
Mr. Bridges?
Here.
Mr. Scott? Mr. Scott? And Mr. Kruppa?
Did Mr. Scott just come on?
Hello?
Hello.
Who just joined?
Hello. It's just Jim Fink. I'm just listening in.
Oh, hi, Jim.
Good morning, Jim.
So Mr. Scott is not on.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Pledge of Allegiance. I guess it's not here. I'll do it. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless America. Thank you. Yes. Some people a little bit in trouble lately, so maybe good.
Excuse me, did Mr. Scott just join?
Hi, it was Mary Lynn, and I called you out. I didn't
Okay.
rejoin.
No. I'll wait till my phone starts making all kinds of noises going bad. All right, approval of minutes from way back in March. Mr. Wolfgang, how about your governance committee meeting minutes? They in good order?
Yes, I would move their approval.
Bill Ross, second. Okay, thank you. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries, thank you. Finance Budget Committee, I think that was where the transition was. What do you think, Kevin? You're the...
If everything's in order, I would make a motion to approve.
Okay, thank you. Do we have a second?
Ross, second.
Okay, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. All right, and Mr. Ross, the meeting minutes from March 11th. Were those in order? Hello? Bill?
Right here.
The meeting minutes from March?
March 11th,
Carried?
Ross, so moved.
Okay. Is there a second? Okay, thank you. All in favor?
Aye. Yeah. Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Carries. Finance and Audit Committee reports from April, May. Mr. McKay.
Yes, the agency payables and budget variance report for April, found those to be in order and make a motion to approve.
Ross, second. Okay, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any opposed? Any questions or opposed? Carried. Thank you. How about May 31st?
Found those to be in order and make a motion to approve.
Ross, second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Carried. All right, is there any unfinished business anybody wants to go over or talk about? All right, then we'll get into the new business. Sue?
Thanks, Mr. Chairman.
Wait a minute, who just signed in? I thought I heard somebody sign in. Okay, go ahead, Sue.
Sorry. Okay, we received a communication from the United States Department of Commerce Economic Development Administration on actually May 8th, I think it was a Sunday, asking us if we would like to apply for some Recovery Act assistance, since we're already have an operating EDA loan fund that we've had, I believe in 1985, we originally got a grant from the EDA. So to supplement those funds, we had 30 days to apply for these funds, and we went ahead and put the application in. it was due earlier this week. We kicked it around a bit with our loan committee and our consultants, and we thought that probably a good use for this would be to help the hospitality industry in Niagara Falls and throughout the Niagara County. There's a few hotels in Pendleton and Lockport as well, but the majority is in the city of Niagara Falls. So with that, I just wanted to go over the fact for informational purposes, we did put the application in, and I don't know how long it'll take them to approve, but we had already in the fund a little over $1 million to lend, so we're right now, with the help of Mark Gabriel and our consultants, working on the plans for a working title. We're calling it the Hospitality Emergency Loan Program, or HELP. And that would be low-interest loan funds to the hotels throughout Niagara County to help them with working capital for their fixed costs, including real property taxes. Mark Gabriel, did you want to jump in and add something on that?
Yes, thanks, Sue. Just a handful of things that go hand in hand with what Sue was talking about. Obviously, with the original application for additional EDA awards regarding the loan fund, as Sue mentioned, we have other loan funds that have balances in the two applicable maybe around 1.4 million, maybe a little bit more actually. So we're trying to get these loan funds. Unfortunately, haven't been as active as we'd like. As we've discussed with this board, about a year ago, some of the people that have been around, some of the board members have been around, remember that we have a difficult time because of the rates in the regular commercial market being so low, and us, being the agency, being a secondary lender, they just don't really come to us very often with the way our provisions are built in. But what has recently happened is the state has actually come down also with a new directive waiver of a number of the rules reflecting and regarding these EDA loan funds that for a period of a year, which I believe goes from May of this year to May of next year, they're actually relaxing and allowing us the ability to reduce the interest rates on these loan funds down to, a very low amount, which I believe is up to zero. Not that we're going to do zero, but certainly below it, because they want these funds out in the public domain right now, trying to do what they can to help us out of this tough situation we're in. So what we're going to do is try to enter into a revised management. And not that we have to, it's only temporary, because it's going to only last for this 1 year period and go back to the term, which allows the agency to loan out this money via this help fund for the hotels at a rate of somewhere between 1.5 and 2%. Which we're looking at doing an interest-only period of about 8 to 12 months, because the way we're looking at it in our discussions we've had with the hospitality industry is, this summer could be just a wash for them. And as everyone knows, in Niagara Falls, we're very tourism-driven in the summer months, so the likelihood of them having significant occupancy won't happen until next late spring at best, early summer. So, and most of these institutions or hotels are well developed. They're already built. They're already funded. They're already operating, and that would be a very important part of it. That there is, it's not like a flat back rooms available to the public, which of course active rooms will be one of the requirements. As shown in the application, I think that's attached.
It's not attached, Mark.
No, okay, it's not. Okay, we can send that over to you. We did have one small thing we didn't put it on. What's on there includes, we want to know exactly how much they paid in 2018 for real property taxes or pilot payments. And basically the loan amount will be derived from what that tax bill is large hotels and a small 10, person central hotel probably shouldn't be eligible for the same amount, so.
Excuse me, Mark, hang on a second. Could you put your phones on mute until you want to talk, because I'm hearing a lot of background noise and it's hard to hear Mark. Thanks.
Mark.
Go ahead, Mark.
So basically, the amount of the loan itself will be based upon a factor of, let's say, 1.2 of what they paid in pilot or tax payments the year before. And a prerequisite would be that they're up to date through 2019 and their prior tax payments, real property tax payments. And that these proceeds have to first go to their 2020 obligations. So it's, I think it's something that helps not just the hotels, but I think it helps the taxing jurisdictions as well. Make sure that, they're going to be getting their tax revenue. It helps the hotels because of low interest loans. It helps them with working capital in that during this tough time, all they have to pay back is the interest for a period of a year or so. And it helps the agency in that we're doing something for the community and we're getting this money into circulation. So, is there any questions about this? I know we talked about it briefly last month.
Hey, Mark, Jason Crumpa. Just a quick question. So, this sounds super positive. I like the fact that we're going to cap it at 1 year or 120% of 1 year taxes. So, if we decide to give them, let's say we give them 12 months worth of interest only period, what's the payback period after that? Is that to be determined? Is that going to be locked in? I'm going to give them 12 months to pay it back after 12 months of interest only? Have we decided?
It's funny you mentioned that. We were going to look for guidance, but right now, we looked into some of the other, most of our other loans, types of things, and usually they're anywhere from a 3 to 7 year period. What we're anticipating is more of a 3 to 5 year period for repayment of this. Amortize over that period.
No, that would make sense. If you look at like the way the PPP program was set up, initially it had been 6 months interest only with 18 months of payback. They've extended the 18 months out, I believe, to 4.5 years. So, I think for what we're talking about, 3 to 5 years seems like it would make a lot of sense. Or even 5 years inclusive of that interest only period. So a 4.5 to 5 year payback, I think that would make a lot of sense.
No, you're pretty much dead on the reasoning as well.
Mark, this is Sue. Does the board have to take formal action on the management plan change or amendment?
Yeah, you don't mind referring to that. Basically, we have a management plan amendment that is required for us during for the revolving loan fund, which amends our existing management plan. Thanks for reminding me, Sue. And again, it is only a temporary 1 year. It will go back to our management plan that stands today in 1 year. But we will take advantage of the New York State directive and some of these opportunities to lower interest rates and relax some of the other requirements during this next year period. So yeah, so we'll have to be an adoption and action by the board on that to remind you.
And will we do that now or at a subsequent meeting?
No, we'd have to, if we want to, if we need another month, I think, I don't see that as being beneficial to the community and to the hotels. I would like it to, if we could move forward with that now, that way we can actively pursue, and let the hotels in the area know that this program is available to them beginning this afternoon at the time.
So we need a motion to put it in and then a vote, or?
Yes, please. It doesn't have to be even though it doesn't need a roll call, anytime we're on a telephone conference call, I would recommend a roll call so we know we need to do it now.
Yeah. Do we have a motion to put this before the board? Okay, a second?
Second, Bridges.
Okay, thank you. Can we do the roll call, please?
Mr. Onesi?
Yes.
Mr. Wolfgang?
Yes.
Mr. McCabe?
Yes.
Mr. Ross,
Yes.
Ms. Candela,
Yes.
Mr. Cliff,
Yes.
Mr. Bridges,
Yes.
Mr. Scott, Mr. Krappa.
Yeah.
All approved.
Thank you. All right. 7.2, Barton and Robinson Corporation, Mr. Gabriel.
Yes, there's two actions here. One may not come to fruition and one will. Basically, it's a consent. It's on your agenda to refinance. That refinance may or may not take place. But it's a hand in hand with basically a second request from your advisor. They presently have with the agency is actually coming forth the end of its term. They are looking to release a part of their existing parcel and sell it to another company that is looking to develop it and actually will be coming to the agency as well. So in order to do that, the board has to either release the parcel, which will result for lack of any other terms. We would take the legal description now, supplement it with a legal description of Schedule A of our various documents, and after the ESTA, make a revision to our underlying uses that pilot and let the county of the extension jurisdiction so it'll change. But as required by our document, it requires consent of both potential refinance as well as the release of the parcel. So what I'm asking this board to come to is that the agency agree to release a portion of the parcel on the existing lease project with Barton.
Hey, Mark, this is the same Barton and Robertson that we visited years ago with the pre-builts, the framing and all that, and Miller's in Middleport.
Yes, that's
Yeah, I think several of them were in the IDA or at least interested, went down there and went through their plan at that time. Very good operation.
Yeah, this is fairly standard. It doesn't result in any costs. The improvements stay on the property. If it ever happens that the improvement is left and the job is left, then instead of asking for consent to release the parcel, I basically bringing this to the board for a termination of the project. But they're just taking some of the vacant land adjacent to it and something.
Yeah, okay, that was it.
How much are they taking? Does it matter?
I don't, I think it's something says 10 acres, but I don't recall. It's not in their letter, but I did have a conversation with them.
But it becomes the whole house that are the basis of our project.
Okay. So we need a motion to put that before the board?
Ross will move that motion. I'll move that.
Second.
Okay, thank you. We need a roll call vote?
Mr. Onesi,
Yes.
Mr. Wolfgang,
Yes.
Mr. McCabe,
Yes.
Mr. Ross,
Yes.
Ms. Candela,
Yes.
Mr. Cliff,
Yes.
Mr. Bridges,
Yes.
Mr. Scott, Mr. Krappa.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Motion passes. Thank you. All right. Let's see, micro enterprise grant applications. Andrew,
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
you there?
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
As the board may recall, back in March, I believe was our last meeting, we presented the agreement with Niagara County to administer the micro enterprise program, and the board voted to approve that. So our goal was to have as many companies come before the loan committee as soon as possible and get this money out to these companies. And I think we've done a good job of that. The first one that you'll be approving, or hopefully approving today, is Craft Coffee House. It's a small coffee house in Pendleton that is looking to acquire a larger facility across the street. So they have a successful existing business, good personal credit, large amount of personal investment, and the board voted to approve them for a $25,000 grant. Or, excuse me, the committee, thank you.
If I may interject, Andrew, real quick, just for the board's recollection or information, we now have a united loan fund committee which handles this. Instead of 7 micro loan funds or loan fund, now we have one loan fund committee. This loan fund committee will also grant fund committee also will handle these types of applications and distributions, and they will review each one of these loan funds and or grant funds back up applications and make a recommendation to the board. Such as this company, for example, they've gone through it and making a recommendation to the board to approve it, and now obviously the board will ask questions in order to vote either to and or not to. Thanks.
I just want to interject that Jason Krumpa does a nice job on these grant applications, and there are 4 good ones here. Believe me, and I know you read through them, and I think these people could be successful, 3 out of 4 without any question. But again, Jason, good job.
Thanks, and just to put everybody by these, I mean, we had some pretty robust conversations around each of them. I wouldn't say that there's a rubber stamp on it, but I think that there was, I think these 4 are all good indications of the kind of businesses that really will be helped by this amount of funds.
And you know, if anybody was at that leadership lunch in the last formal event I was at for community college on March 12th down at the Culinary Center, we had the Craft Coffee House. That couple make a great presentation there. I know a few of you people worked at that one, the Graves. So the Graves Coffee House, seeing them at that time making a presentation and then going back over their application, outstanding. His comments.
Any other questions or comments? Any motion, Mark, or reviews?
Ross, I'll move that one.
Okay, second. Did I hear a second?
Yeah, I gave second.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Doug. We need a roll call vote?
Mr. Onesi?
Yes.
Mr. Wolfgang?
Yes.
Mr. McCabe?
Yes.
Mr. Ross?
Yes.
Ms. Candela?
Yes.
Mr. Cliff?
Yes.
Mr. Burgess?
Yes.
Mr. Scott? Mr. Crumpa?
Yeah.
Great, thank you. Let's see, 7.3.2. Red Milk Parks. Barbecue, they bring any to the meeting?
Unfortunately, no.
Are they delivery to all of us or what? Okay. Andrea?
Oh,
Just,
thank you. Yes, this is
we got to take these individually, so.
B&B Barbecue. Brenda Kephart had a successful food truck business, and she's pivoting to acquiring a facility. And within the application, you can see that our underwriter gave some positive factors, negative factors. I think that the committee voted to approve this based on the fact that she does have a successful food truck business in the past. She has put in a significant amount of her own personal funding. She's got good credit, and she's going to be partaking in the business classes with SBDC.
Okay, any questions on this? Are these all $25,000 grants?
They are.
Okay. All right, Mark, do you have any comments?
I mean,
Anything in?
this is again, we'll just have to go through roll call on this one. Thank you.
Okay. I need a motion to put it before the board first.
I'll go ahead and move, Bob.
Okay, thank you. Second.
Second, Bridges.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Onesi?
Yes.
Mr. Wolfgang?
Yes.
Mr. McCabe?
Yes.
Mr. Ross?
Yes.
Ms. Candela?
Yes.
Mr. Cliff?
Yes.
Mr. Bridges?
Yes.
Mr. Scott? Mr. Crumpa?
Yeah.
Thank you. Motion carries. Thank you. Graham Brothers Enterprise? Grass needs to be
Graham Brothers Enterprise, again, another successful small business. Two brothers, excellent credit. They are purchasing, the grant is for $25,000 to purchase a utility tractor. They're going to be funding the other 50% of this piece of equipment, and it's going to allow them to expand their business quite a bit. And they'll be hiring a low to moderate income person as is in the guidelines for this funding.
Okay. Great. Are there any questions?
Mark, just a little background on these Graham brothers from Pendleton. They both had great pre-prior preparation. Both attended community college, one in horticulture, one in business administration. So they were well suited and prepared to open a business, although just opened a couple years ago in 2018. And they don't have to worry about a lot of capital into buildings because they're using their father's farm for storage and for things like that. And I was amazed at what they accomplished since 2018, the two brothers. But well prepared, and that pre-prior planning and preparation really pays off. Good grant.
Well, that triple C education doesn't do that.
Yeah, I had to get that in because we got enough problems, so I'm not sure we got that in.
My alma mater.
Great. I hope everybody remembers.
Comments or questions? I don't say that too loud. I teach at ECC, so I can't say that too loud.
We love you, Mark.
Do we have any other questions or comments? Do we have a motion to put it before the board? I'm sure Mr. Ross wants to make that.
Well, Ross will make that motion. I was really impressed by these two young men.
Okay, second. Okay, thank you. Roll call?
Mr. Onesi?
Yes.
Mr. Wolfgang?
Yes.
Mr. McCabe?
Yes.
Mr. Ross?
Yes.
Ms. Candela?
Yes.
Mr. Cliff?
Yes.
Mr. Bridges?
Yes.
Mr. Scott? Mr. Crumpa?
Yeah.
Great, motion carries, thank you. Last one, 7.3.4, Northridge Printing.
Northridge Printing, Mr. Verhane, he inherited the business rather unexpectedly from his father. He had worked in the company for a number of years, but left to do his own thing, and then his father unexpectedly passed, so he took over the company. And he's been upgrading and expanding the operations. He's been purchasing new machinery, really modernizing the business, and I guess oddly enough, as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, he's actually brought on, it's actually created a lot of new business for him for manufacturing of labels and things of that sort. This grant will be helping him expand his business, and he expects to be hiring several low to moderate income individuals within the next 2 years.
I don't see it. Do you know how many they're going to hire?
The guidelines,
I thought it was two.
I think it is 2.
Yeah, I think it is. I didn't write that down here, but I thought it was two. Yeah. But
I'm making a small screen, so.
His obligation for the grant requirement is to hire one low to moderate income person within the next 2 years. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So, 2 would be good.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, the key word here is stability. That father started this way back in 1991 when he passed away. The son took it over. So they got a long, successful history. I just want to interject that.
Okay, thank you. we have a motion, or do we have any other questions first? Do we have a motion to put it before the board? Motion?
Nobody wants to do it, Ross. I'll make the motion.
All right,
Nip it up to 6 o'clock, 3 cups of coffee.
all right, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Onesi?
Yes.
Mr. Wolfgang?
Yes.
Mr. McCabe?
Yes.
Mr. Ross?
Yes.
Ms. Candela?
Yes.
Mr. Cliff?
Yes.
Mr. Bridges?
Yes.
Mr. Scott? Mr. Kruppa?
Yes. Great, thank you, carries. Let's see, information items. I don't really have any. Anybody?
Yeah, this is Sue. I'd like to let the board know that as of 2 weeks ago, Barb Gill, our administrative assistant, filed her retirement papers after 27 years of service here, and she was pretty much an institution here, and she will be missed.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Official retirement date, Sue?
I believe it was
Yeah, I was gonna ask you.
March, I'm sorry,
May 15th.
May
May 15th.
something.
Oh, okay. It's backdated then.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Mike Douglas handling the,
Yeah, well, Miss her, she did a good job. You know, she gave me my best material, right, Mark? You know, I've got her stuff, yeah.
Always have it.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
It'll be just lost. All right, anything else for the good of the order here? Mark, you got anything?
Just two quick things. One is just to make sure I was clear. On the proposed health, the health fund, we're not just limiting this, these loans to, those groups that have pilots and open projects. It's open to any hotel that has a active bed. If it's being built and it's not operating, then obviously, that's disqualifier. It has to be paying active and or pilot. I just wanted to make sure that was clear. And finally, the governor's directive in regards to open meetings law, the relaxing of open meetings law, was extended, as you probably ascertained by the fact that we're having a conference call today, that has been extended through July 6, 2020. I'm not sure if there's going to be an additional extension or not, but just for your purposes and for this, that is a Monday, July 6th. Our next board meeting is actually scheduled for Wednesday, July 8th. So we're going to have to see how this plays out and then get back to the board. If the board is not comfortable still under these circumstances meeting in person, which is certainly understandable, we may entertain or discuss maybe moving that date up either up a week or a couple of days. So I just want to make sure the board understands that, our direction is now July 6th, and so it may present a small problem for us on the July 8th.
Okay. So a lot of things are going to be tentative until they come up with all their plans and make them at the last minute. So, all right, we can keep that in mind. I have a Zoom account, but it's only good for a 40-minute meeting and then call back in or whatever if we need to use that. So.
we have a Zoom, IDA has a Zoom account as well.
Okay, good. Good. It's, at least we get to see each other.
No, I missed you.
Not that we want to see everybody, but not to. So, are there any other matters the board wants to talk about or whatever? And Sue and Mark, I'd like you to stay on the call just for a couple minutes on. I got a couple questions.
Okay.
Okay, any other comments or whatever?
Would Mark or Sue, excuse me, would Mark or Sue be available for just a moment to answer some questions from the media?
Yes, is it okay if we do that before you, Marco Nessie, or would you rather us call you back? Or,
Call me back.
Okay.
Call me back, it's not that
Okay.
urgent. So are there any other matters? The next meeting, as Mark said, is July 8th, and I make a motion we adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed to adjourn? adjourning at this point? I didn't think so. All right, Catholic Glory today,
Stay
and
healthy, stay distant.